Oh, here we go. Impromptu. I haven't put my fucking hair up. Waved, didn't I, at the camera? Let's go from here. Welcome to my channel. My name's Kerry Ann. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear. Let's get straight into it, shall we? I watched footage last night from Tower Hamlets. It was the AY audits footage, and there were two protests. There was the protest, the pink ladies. I don't know what they were protesting. Had this just happened? I don't know. This is knee-jerk shit I'm doing because I've just seen an article saying that they've branded, I don't know whether the pink ladies by association, but they've branded the putting up of your own country's flag as racist, as far-right fucking thuggery. Now, whilst these far-right thugs, the pink ladies, were outside these council offices, there was also a counter protest, the pro-Gazan lot. Basically, the Muslims who have it in their law and their faith that a girl can be had sex with as soon as she starts to menstruate. Right? Doesn't matter what the age is. That they're told that they have to emulate Muhammad, who is perfect, who married a girl at 6 and took her virginity when she was 9. Right, like literally these are the two opposing sides, right? Fuck far left, far right. Take Hitler out of the equation. What we've got here is a group of pissed off middle-aged women who are fed up with fucking kiddie fiddlers going after their girls, and the girls and women not feeling safe on our streets because we are bringing in swathes of undocumented men who have been brought up with that it's both a faith and a law. You can have sex with children, right? You can have sex with little boys up until he gets a beard, even though they hate being gay. You can have sex with a little boy if he doesn't have a beard. It's only when he has a beard that it is wrong. You know what I mean? And they often dress the little boys up as little girls and this, that and the other. These are facts, right? And literally you've got a group of women who are sick and tired of men being brought on over here with no bloody papers and whatsoever, and a lot of them who have raped and killed in other countries being allowed all the freedoms and liberties that the people who live here should enjoy, right? But we can't because the money isn't there, because we're too busy giving it to strangers who come here illegally with the sole purpose of taking everything we've got to give, right? That should be common sense. But in the eyes of the law, that is seen as far-right thuggery. Now, as I've said, I've pointed out on videos before, I am seen as both far-right and far-left. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, I don't fit in any fucking pigeonholes, mate. That's certainly, but I ChatGPT'd it. Far right thuggery. You know what I mean? There's violence involved there. And I watched this video last night, and AY went to the pink ladies bit, and you could hear there was a huge, distinct difference between the two sides, and the biggest one that I saw was communication. When you went to the far right thuggery side, there was conversation. You could listen to people talking because talking was going on. You could hear people putting their point across, people agreeing with them, this kind of thing. When you went over to the far left side, all you could hear was drums and Nazi scum off our streets for 3 hours straight. Banging drums and chanting the same thing over and over. No coherent argument. Zero coherent argument. And which lot won? The calm people who were basically putting forth a fucking argument that made sound human sense, or the people who were chanting like fucking cavemen and screaming at the top of their voice that the other people were Nazis. Now, let's put it this way, right? Let's just suspend disbelief for a second. What makes more sense to you? That the whole country is under some sort of Islamic spell, and we genuinely think that having sex with little kiddies is a perfectly okay thing to do, that these people are victimised for us not allowing them to have sex with little children, and that they're like, oh, bless them, right? Like they're just persecuted, and we should let them have sex with children because it's not fair that they can't. You know, this is their culture. Put a mosque next to a primary school. Why not? They deserve them. They've been through hell and back, bless them, right? Or, right, just literally there is no, so like that we literally want this, or that people are just so scared because they've been told from them bastards that literally if you don't agree with these people taking over your country, you are a baddie. And people are just so scared of being thought of as being a baddie that they will virtue signal. They will fucking lie through their back teeth in order to not look racist. Do you know what? I know I ain't racist, right? Everybody that I know, that I ever meet of a different skin colour knows I ain't racist. I have never ever been accused of being racist from someone of a different colour, right? To be fair, I don't go around going, excuse me, but you know, like starting shit with people. I would be called racist. I'm sure that millions, 40 people, 50 actually watched the Tommy Robinson video. Totally know I'm shadow banned, but literally, I know that people will think I'm racist, and that is fine. We need to go, okay, think I'm a far-right thug, think I'm a racist, think what you fucking want, but I won't shut up about the safety of women and fucking children just because some fucking Freemasonic bastard has decided that there's a fucking agenda, which there is. Please research the Kalergi plan. There is an agenda going on now to de-white Europe. It has been in place for years. It is going ahead. Like I keep on saying, these decisions aren't made in board meetings. They're made in lodge meetings. The Freemasons, or whoever you want to say, the people who stole the secrets of the universe that were left for us all to share and kept them for themselves, kept them only for the initiated, and the door wholly shut to the profane. Like literally, your mate's a profane, you don't get it. You literally, the profane are keeping out the profane. They don't get the fucking secrets that they've got their fucking hands on. And literally, they're using them to enslave us all. We are all fucking slaves. I want Muslims freed from their fucking grasp just as much as Jews, just as much as fucking Christians, because they set all of those religions up and they put a clause in all of them that would always keep them at war with each other. And it's lies. Because they know exactly what God is, and it is not Jehovah, and it's not fucking Allah, and I don't even know what Jews fucking worship, but it's not somebody external from you. Them bastards, these bastards, have lied to you about what God is. The original fucking sin, mate, and literally, it needs outing. But Islam is a perfect fucking way to point out that this makes no fucking sense. It's like you've got something that's been hundreds of years. We're still expected to, you know, like, and they're going around. Apparently, they said in a school recently, yeah, or you'll all be Islam by the time you're grown up. Said to a little kid in school, you'll all be Islamic by the time you grow up. No, because we have free thought. You can't regress the human. Well, you can. Right, and I'm just going to call her name out, Karen Pickering, right? I've kept her name out of my mouth this whole fucking time. But in June, I sat there, and I have it on video. She's my local Labour ward councillor, and she said that there's no proof of Muslim grooming gangs, because she wants the mosque, she's arse licking the imam of the mosque, right, up the road. We've just been given Es Monsell, right, who she's the ward councillor for, just been given 20 million. They did it, because the two ward councillors, and they did a little, oh, isn't it exciting? We've been given it. Yes, it's very exciting, like shittest fucking actresses, and that is personal, and I do apologise for that, but it was shit. Like, they did not sound excited at all when they did this little video. And like, I shouldn't have seen it because I'm banned from the community, because I wanted the community to be about the community, but it's not. They want the community to be about Islamic rule, and literally anybody standing in the way, they block them. Right? And I'm one of these people. I cannot have a say on my community. My community's just been given £20 million. So are two other communities in Leicester who have also been given a mosque against the public's consent. Now, I've said on videos before that there were 3 times as many people said no as yes to this mosque. There were 10 times, because I've been going from the people who actually sat and wrote something out. There were 870, I think, of those, and 250 people had sit and written something to say, yes, we need this mosque, right? But there were 2,500 people who signed a petition to not have that mosque. So there were 10 times as many of the community that didn't want it. The community does not want this mosque. The local Labour ward councillors are telling us to shut the fuck up, suck it up, and just live with it. And if you even come, and they told everybody, our Labour ward councillors told everybody before they went into the planning meeting, do not mention grooming gangs. You cannot mention grooming gangs. There is no safety. Karen Pickering literally has no concern for the safety of women and children on this estate, despite the fact, go anywhere, literally ask me, I have so many videos on this of them saying, yes, it's okay, as long as the girl is fucking menstruating, it's okay to take her virginity, but they can marry them before then. This is part of their law and their faith, right? But saying anything about it makes you the bad guy. That makes no sense unless you realise that it's coming from up there. Because normal, everyday folk, Keir Starmer, if he was the head of this country, which he's not, is the public face of running this country. This country is run from up there, always has been, will be, until we educate each other to learn what the fuck is going on and put a stop to it. All we have to do is just look at the lies and go, shit, we've been lied to. That's the only step that we need to make right now. The rest will come. Do you know what I mean? We don't need fighting in the streets. We don't need like huge, big displays of power. We don't need fighting. We don't need hatred. All that needs to happen in our species at the minute is for us to go inside and think logically and realise that we've been lied to. That is the step that needs to happen now. We need to flip that switch inside and go, no, hold on a minute, you're trying to make me hate not having it, right? I don't hate Muslims, I hate Islam. There's a difference, a huge difference. And Islam was created by them bastards. So was Christianity, which also has a clause in for fucking kiddie fiddling, and so was Judaism, which also has a fucking thing in for kiddie fiddling. And who else kiddie fiddles? Fucking Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? They have set this world up to just keep us fucking running around. And Karen Pickering, I am finally calling out, kept her name out my mouth all this time. Just said, I've got video evidence of our local Labour ward councillor saying there's no proof of grooming gangs. Until yesterday, she fucking came out, well, she pulled a Neville, mate. She put on Facebook, you people putting flags up like you're a disgrace. You are a disgrace. I had to point that out. But this woman's a fucking supposed to be a politician. She is arse licking, right? She literally is paid, and she's in the one, because anything community has to go through those two women. It has to be through our Labour ward councillors. I have been invited. I have previews with this. I've done videos on this in the past where I've been part of a community project, and literally nothing community can get done without them too. Well, except for the little thing that I've got going on. But literally, they have to have their fucking hand in everything, right? And you know, and they have the wrong morals. She is saying, and she even pulled the angry middle-aged white men being responsible for kiddie fiddling. It's like, look at Islam. Read Sharia law, you fucking muppet. Read Sharia law. In Sharia law, and remember, Islam is both a religion and a fucking sister, church and state, right? And literally, in Sharia law, a little girl can be raped anally up to and vaginally after the age of 8. I want Karen Pickering to look me in the eye and defend that. You think you're fucking clever going on Facebook like, oh, because I'm a ward councillor, everybody's got a... She's thick as fucking shit. There, I've said it. Look, literally docile. A yes man. What do I have to do to lick Peter Soulsby's arse? That's actually getting bitchy now, and I don't want to be bitchy, because at the end of the day, I'm sure, you know, she could be, you know, right up until now, and I've said it on other videos, she might be a lovely person. As a person, I am not judging her. I am not judging her as a human being, and I don't want people to be nasty at her. Do you know what I mean? If I met her, I wouldn't be nasty at her, but I'd have a few fucking questions. Like, how can you sit there when there is more than enough proof that and it was little white girls they found in their investigation. The government found that they targeted little white girls, which is racist. How can you call me racist when literally they targeted little white girls? How can you call yourself human when you know that you are allowing a fucking mosque to go next to a primary school, and that in their law and in their faith, they can have sex with those children? They are meant to have sex with those children. How can you live with yourself? Because they've not fucking looked. Because people just don't have the simple brain power to go, hold on a minute, I'll just have a look at why is everybody so against this religion? I'll just have a look what they're about. Because when you look what they're about, you realise, whoa, hold on a minute, this is dangerous. These people shouldn't be around children. But no. And then we've got a fucking Kurdish bleeding barber's shop round the corner, and they've just, another foreign fella's just set up a vape shop. It's like the crime syndicate. Oh no, that's me racist saying that. Me who's just sat in my fucking bedroom for 17 years talking on my own. This is me fucking being oh, super duper mega evil racist bitch. Do you know what I mean? I don't even have a fucking following, mate. How dangerous am I? Karen Pickering does. And Karen Pickering repeatedly throws our community under the bus. And personally, I don't think that should be allowed to happen. Now, as I've said, 3 places in Leicester. There's Monsoul's one. Yeah, I want to say Broughton Astley, Thurmby Lodge. Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me, right? But I think 3 places where they put a mosque, the public said no. The community said no. The council put them there anyway. All 3 places being given 20 million quid. Now ours, personally, the one up here, they paid 40, no, right, we're going into numbers, I ain't put this into my head, but roughly 400,000, and have paid off 100 and something. There's 230 something, thousand left to pay on that mosque, and they also need money to renovate it, and so that it can become a mosque, right? So I think there's 20 million quid that the fucking 3 estates, 3 new mosques, all being given 20 million quid. How much of that do you reckon's going to go on the safety of fucking women and children? Because they have 20, plus apparently there's a little kid been fucking knocked over outside that school. You need to see, I'll take you for a walk around it one day, maybe, right? You need to see that fucking junction. But like it's Hillsborough Road, like in Leicester, LE2. Like Google Maps it, right? You have a look at where that school is and where that pub, soon to be mosque, next to the co-op, over the road from a fucking playground where all the teenage kids that hang out, mate. And the Labour ward councillors, one of which is Karen fucking Pickering, as I call her, because I'm sorry, but I do not respect that woman's job at all, right? Not coming for her as a human being. As a Labour ward councillor, absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable. Cannot be classed as a woman. As a woman. Like, literally, middle-aged white women, that's what is getting the demographic. People are fucking going on about the men. It's like, no, it's the menopausal women who've had enough, mate. Who can see through the blatant fucking bullshit, except for Karen Pickering, because she's getting paid to believe the opposite. So, because she's getting paid and because she wants to be, you know, she's just doing whatever she's told to do. Literally, that mosque, they're going to fucking knock it down. They'll probably do, because I don't know if you've heard about this, like the mosque fires, you know, like the Muslims went after the Jews on their holy day and killed a couple of them. Then they went on later on in the Jews' holy day to protest about the Jews on their holy day. And then they set fire to a couple of mosques, and apparently one of them was it was an insurance job. So they can't keep up with the insurance. Like up there, they've borrowed the money from some place, some Sharia bank thing, I think. They borrowed the money to buy the pub, got the pub, left the pub to rot so that they could say it's not viable as a pub. It has to be a mosque, right? So they bought it, and now they've got to pay it back, and they're constantly putting out adverts saying, like, we need 238 from 1,000 of you, or whatever, to be able to pay off. And then they're good at that because they'd send begging letters around the Muslim community to pay for it. So they want them to pay for the actual, you know, they've bought it but not paid for it, yeah. And then, you know, they need to renovate it, which they also don't yet have the money for. And bugger me, Labour's just given them well, the area has just been given 20 million quid. So where do you think that's going to go? With people like Karen Pickering being the go-between between the community and who's giving them the money. It's Karen Pickering who's licking the arse of the Muslims, going like, oh no, it's middle-aged white men who are responsible for grooming gangs. All right, Gary Neville, fuck off. Like, literally, like it's like she's saying, don't listen to the news. Don't read a newspaper where all this information is. Just listen to me. Your friendly Labour ward councillor. And I'm sorry, but, like, I do have her on video saying that there's no proof of Muslim grooming gangs. And I don't even know who this woman is. Saying, yes, we know that goes on, but it's not going to happen there at that mosque. It's not going to happen. Not at that place. All the parking shit. It's like, yeah, every single other place that has a mosque suffers with parking. They're not all bang slap next to a fucking primary school and over the road from a fucking play park. But they all have accidents, and they just leave their cars because they've got to rush to prayer. They leave their fucking cars anyway. And they get a ticket and they ignore it. And basically, if it goes to court, they say you're being racist and they get off. And they do it again. There's no fucking law for these people. The law does not apply if you're a Muslim in the UK. You know what I mean? And that's all right, because they have their own. They have Sharia law. You know, the one that says that your wife only has half your intelligence, that she can't divorce you without you giving her permission. That law. Honestly, the world's gone fucking mad. Absolutely fucking mad. And I'll probably have, like, the police knock on the door now. I've wondered why I haven't. And I'm like, well, is it because I've got video evidence of the police? Because as well as Karen Pickering saying, like, there's no proof. No proof of Muslim grooming gangs. I also have the police, one of our local beat bobbies, for which our estate has 2.5. Saying that if I didn't stop talking about the safety of women and children, the police, would have to get up and leave that meeting. Is that why I've not been arrested before? Because I've been vocal about this mosque. It's like, you know, like the council was like, leave it, let it go now. Just wait till it gets there and put in individual complaints that will get ignored. Because the police are told to do that, I assume, because that's what happens all the time. It's like, oh yeah, well, slap on the wrist, off you go. Carries on going. Just has carried on going for years and years and years, not been sorted out. Because we just go like, oh yeah, somebody else's job. You're like, oh, my kid was followed home from school today by this man. He told her that she was really pretty and she had pretty hair, and he asked if he could smell it. And I think that's wrong. Oh yeah, well, he weren't doing any harm. Like I have a friend who lives down the road in Wigston, and she got accosted, right, by about 10 Muslim people. She was trying to get a place in a car park, and she's like, could you, and all the Muslims who was around for the right near a mosque were sat in the cars eating sandwiches, like just taking up the spaces. So she asked if she could have a space. One of the women, and she said that the women were the worst, which I don't get. It's like, literally, you're the most oppressed fucking people on the planet, mate. Research female genital mutilation. No, just as a side note. Like, somebody blocked her in with their car, and there's all these Muslim people, and these women, shame on you, fucking standing there calling her a fucking crackhead whore, a white, you know, racism, pointing out that she is really white, bless her little heart. Right, she's about fucking 5'2", right? She's disabled. She won't mind me saying she's disabled. She's frail, right? She's frail, little blonde thing, late 50s, right? And she was wearing an ankle-length floral dress. This woman was dressed like she should have a basket of jam. She looked like Felicity fucking Kendall in The Good Life, mate. And literally, she was surrounded, literally for wanting a fucking car parking space, she was surrounded by Muslims calling her a white crackhead whore, right? And literally, the fucking doctors' surgery, like, have dropped it. The police have dropped it. It's like, no, it could be done. Oh, it don't matter. It was just one of them things that happened. This woman was harassed. Taharush. They circled her. I know Taharush, like, often means sexual harassment, and you know, because I'm the bad guy for pointing out that religion has a word for gang rape and for harassment. So literally, they Taharushed her ass. They got round her. They were shouting fucking names. It was practically it was a verbal stoning. That woman was shaking. She didn't go back there. They fucking attacked her. One little woman. A group of 10 were verbally attacking this woman. Not a fucking person did anything about it. But she's a right-wing thug. Because she told me about it. I'm a right-wing thug for telling you about it. You know what I mean? We are not the thugs here. We are not the knuckle draggers. We are not the ones who behave like people 200 years ago did here. Do you know what I mean? I am not a kiddie fiddler. It is nowhere in my ethos that it's okay. And I watched another, it's on my wall if you're on Facebook with me, Tommy Robinson having a, and I've watched so many people talk to Muslim men. I did it in a it was not in Parliament. This Muslim man was just banging on about how amazing, and I said, like, so what about Muhammad marrying Aisha when she was 6 and taking her virginity when she was 9? And he just come back with Joseph got Mary pregnant when he was in his 80s or something. And it's like, A, where's your argument Jesus ain't Joseph's kid? And B, like Christians ain't told that they have to be exactly like fucking Joseph out of the Bible. Muslims are told that they have to be exactly like Muhammad because he's perfect. He had 8 wives. He took 30 black blokes up the wrong hand. None of this is lies. None of it is lies. Do you know what I mean? And Muslims, as well as Christians, as well as Jews, have all been fucking lied to anyway, because there isn't a fucking God called Allah, and there isn't a God called Jehovah, and there isn't whoever the other one is. Do you know what I mean? God resides in you. You are a part of God. God is the gigantic, infinite supercomputer that we are all a part of. What makes more sense? That there's 3 fucking blokes sat on clouds who can literally be there with everybody, answer prayers for billions of people all at the same time because he's dead clever, or that we're all part of what God is. Which makes more sense? And who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Quran? So yeah, I shall put my shoes on and await the knock on the door from the police for pointing out Karen Pickering. But I've kept her name out of my mouth for too fucking long. And I don't see why. Because she's dangerous to this community. She is a danger. She is literally saying what is handing down from people with fucking agendas that they decided in little fucking retreats with their bum boy fucking boyfriends. Like, Starmer ain't fucking straight. We can see that fucker. And I'm talking above Starmer. But like, these people are public faces. And literally, people like Karen Pickering are just fucking shit confetti. Do you know what I mean? You have no actual, you are not a cog in the wheel. Do you know what I mean? You're just making up numbers. You're just taking the attention away from people. You are serving no purpose whatsoever. You are certainly not keeping the women and children of Ayers Monsell Ward safe. In fact, you are handing them over to harm. You are personally putting people in danger. And again, to the policewoman who said, no, I'm not talking to you about the safety of women and children, and if you don't stop it, I'm leaving. To them both, sit down and talk with me sensibly, allow me to ask you questions and answer them truthfully from your heart. If it's your kid, will you feel so fucking proud of yourself for chucking him under the fucking bus when it's someone you know? When a little kid gets gets killed because of fucking 200 bleeding men hair-arsing it up and down a tiny stretch of road that buses have to wait to get through, as it is when the kids ain't coming out of school. Literally, the whole of Leicester City Council sold this fucking ward down the fucking river. So yes, Karen Pickering, please come and have a public debate with me. Let's talk about this like fucking adults who don't go, no, I'm not allowed to think that. I'm not allowed to talk about that. No, not listening. Let's talk like fucking adults. Let's see what you really think. Let's sit you down with the list of what's allowed in Sharia law. And you tell me why that's good. Why you are championing that particular cause. Anyways, we've gone for over half an hour. If you made it till the end, well, I do owe you a bevy, mate. Can't take you to a local pub because it's been fucking turned into a mosque with 20 million pounds of government assistance, if you please, because that ain't going on us. That ain't going. There ain't no round here. Oh, and get this: there's another pub, the Scarlet Pimpernel, that's gone up. So you know that the Muslims are going to try and get that for a mosque as well. But I'm like, well, if they can't pay for that mosque, they can't find the money. They're constantly begging to find the money that's ever before the renovations. It's like, well, why don't we pay? Why don't we take that 20 million and buy it back for the community? Because the community wants a pub. A small minority group of Muslims want it as a mosque. There's a huge difference in the amount of people. We've got nothing. You know, like, we've got nowhere. There is a working men's club, but it's too far for me to walk personally. Although my ankles are getting better, I'm doing like, been to physio, doing exercises, can walk a little bit further now, but you know, like, we had a pub right there, perfectly. It's been there decades. It is a viable pub. It's been viable for fucking decades. It's always been there. But now, because the Muslims have bought it, it's like, no, it's not viable as a pub. Karen Pickering, well, we should do, like, you know, it'd be that, or it'd be an HMO. Because there is an agenda going on that we are being forced upon us. And I don't think it's not racist to be against a religion. Because if you were doing that, Christianity, who would you be racist about? Christians? Because a shitload of them live in Africa, mate. You know, it's nonsense. We're told anything just to shut up. That is literally what, like, the police and all of the fucking everybody. Don't talk about it. Why? Why can't I talk about it? Why can't the children of my estate be safe from kiddie fiddlers? Why can't I point out that it's in their law and in their religion to fiddle with kiddies? Why can't I? Why am I the right-wing thug who's never fucking lifted a fucking fist to anybody? In fact, this is the most aggy I've ever been, I think, because I'm like, no, I'm calling Karen Pickering out. Like, I've kept her name out of my mouth. I've been too polite. And she is dangerous because she just pulled a Neville. She just literally said it's angry middle-aged white man. She literally just fucking copy-paste and fuck off. Anyways, right, that's enough for now. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, especially sharing, because heavily shadow banned. No way I did a video on Tommy Robinson with only 50 views. No way. Heavily shadow banned. But as always, I'm going to fucking keep talking anyway, mate, because I'm talking to the Freemasons at this fucking point, because it's them that I want to know what the fuck is coming. They know what, I think they know what is coming. That's why it's, we've been ever more boot on the neck over the years. But their time is nigh, and it will get sorted out. But I strongly suggest that we get it on a roll, learn who we're dealing with, and just change our mindsets to compassion and love. And I know I get aggy, right? But I mean nobody any harm. I don't mean all this like fucking war between the Jews and Muslims. It's not my war. I'm neither a Jew nor a Muslim. I'm not a Christian. I will not fight, and I will not take a side in war, because I think war is fucking pointless when you've got a tongue and a brain in your head. There should be. It's another one of these knuckle dragging throwback things. We shouldn't still be warring about stuff. Do you know what I mean? Businessmen sitting in the same room together, organising how they're gonna make other people kill themselves. No, we're past that. We were past that at fax machines, mate. Like, literally, we live in a fucking communication age. When you've got communication, there is no need for fucking thuggery. And war is the ultimate far-right fucking thuggery. Anyway, shut up. 40 minutes. Please listen to me. Please, let's discuss this. And let's every one of us, every fucking religion, come together and realise that we're all fucking human and that we all deserve to live here. And act like neighbours. Please. And keep away from the kids. Thank you for being there. Please come back and never forget that I love you all. Bye.